Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome. It is the Foxhole Fridays. I am Trooper SJP, and you have. Oh, golly, hold on. Wait. And you are here for episode 5 of our serial Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, and the Asteroid Peril of Doom. Welcome, everybody. Hi, how are you? Hey, how's it going? I hope it's going well. I thank you for showing up for an 8 p.m. start time rather than a 7 p.m. start time. I was all ready to go and get the lights up, and then I have these small LED lights, and one of them died, which is why my lighting has been so dramatic recently. And as I went to turn on the last surviving light, it also died. Now, on the positive side, I had bought 2 replacement lights for them recently so that I could replace them. I just hadn't had time to set them up. And I was like, well, now is the time. And then it turns out they need to be charged. So I had to wait a little bit for them to charge. They don't have a full charge, but I hope they'll have enough for tonight. And so you are now seeing me in my new lights. I should be a little bit less dramatic now. I feel like that one could be a little bit less bright, but I think we're okay. I think we'll be fine. Anyhow, hi and welcome in. I'm so glad to have you all here. I want to thank each and every one of you who's here at the moment. We're going to jump into it, but I do have some things to say a couple of times first. First up, it is my goal to finish the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril this session, so that next week I can have an offline session 0 with the players and get prepped for it. So our goal tonight is to finish this adventure, hopefully in a positive way, not a negative way. So that's the first thing. Well, that's the second thing. The first thing is new lights. The second thing is we want to finish it tonight. We'll see if that happens. I think we should be able to. We'll see. Thing 3, I have a present that was given to me, which then I can then pass on to you. It is not finished. I want to go and do some things to it to make it even more epic, but I haven't had time to do the composition to make it even more epic. But I will still at least show you the raw files today. You'll have that as a hello chromatic as a present. The rough cut of this present will be here today. Thing 4, I have been listening to Buck Rogers, the radio serial from 1939 recently. And they do way more product placement than I do. That's all I'm saying. So in case you thought that my product placement for Starbeam, chocolate milk, it's malted, and it's good for your bones, was egregious, let me just tell you, my joke product placement is way less obvious and ever present than the original. That's all, just in case you were wondering. Just greetings, Vancouver by night. So, I think this is one of the things I wanted to say. We've got our new lights up, and we have got, we've got something. Let me see, is there anything else I want to tell you before we go? Yes, I should say the spiel. Everyone, the best thing I thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. And the best way you can support the channel is by being here, either live or on the YouTube. And if you're at the YouTube, if you would give a like, subscribe, comment, that would be great. You can give tips and bits. And if you do, I will read out those tips and bits messages at the end. You can be one of our Patreons. We have a Patreon over at Academic Foxhole. And that Patreon goes to pay for the casts of shows, excluding me. If there's anything left over, then I will pay for myself. But at the moment, I don't pay myself so that I can make sure that all the people that I commission and all of the players get to be paid. And you're thinking, but there's only you here right now. Yes, I know. We're in the hiatus between seasons. And this hiatus is also there to help build up the Patreon fund so that I can pay for the next season. So I think that is, oh yes, and the Patreon is like $3 a month. It doesn't give you anything other than you are supporting the show, and I put out most of the things I do are not what's the word paywalled, but every once in a while I'll throw out something for the Patreons that like a prop or something like that, and once I get something will be coming. But I will do my sort of quarterly state, like at the end of every season, more or less, I'll do a big post about an after action report telling you all how everything is going. And that is one of the things I'll be doing this weekend, I think. Especially if we finish Crash Jones tonight, and then we finish Seasons of Death tomorrow, that will end the summer season, which means I can go and type up the after action report, and you'll have that. And that is not paywalled. Anybody who can go to the Patreon and check it out and see how we're doing. And let me see. I think that is. We also have a fourth wall. We have a merch store, and at the merch store, you can get this great T-shirt, which is the regimental crest of the Tuskegee Airmen that Crash Jones was a member of, as well as our exciting notebooks, which I use a lot. Yeah, so there's all sorts of great merch there. You can check it out. And if you are one of our patrons, we also have a $200 tier, and there are only 4 of them. And $200 will pay for 1 week of 4 players. So, and if you are one of our Patreons, our special sponsors, you will get a radio ad that will be played once a month, and you'll get a special shout out, and you'll get a special spot in the credits. And that goes to help just, make sure that we can do this. In a perfect world, I'd be able to run multiple shows a week. At the moment, we're not there yet, but maybe we will. And when I do run multiple shows a week, it's because I've been saving, but hopefully we'll get there at some point in time. Technically we actually are running multiple shows a week right now, but you know what I mean, full cast shows. Anyhow, we have one sponsor. Our sponsor right now is Will and TW, who has been a sponsor for a long time and is also our note taker and just a great human being who lives actually very close to, who lives outside of Paris and has been here since Colos and beyond and before. And so much love to Will and TW. And I know my Starbeam mug is not here at the moment since I'm drinking Coke, but we will get there. But we've got great t-shirts. We've got like a tank top, a Crash Jones tank top, which obviously you might want. Good stuff all around. And I feel like that's enough for the moment. I think we are currently playing. This system that we're using is Ironsworn Starforged by Sean Tompkin and also Josh Meehan. And Josh Meehan is also a great human being. And this is a cool system. You can use it for solo play, which it's really well suited for, or you and like 2 friends with no GM, or with a GM. It's got great oracles. It's a really well done system, and I recommend it. They just came out with an expansion for Ironsworn Starforged called Sundered Isles, which is about pirates, and maybe I'll run something piratey at some point in time. So that is about, I think that's mostly what I wanted to say, except I thought that I would let you all know where we are right now as a bit of a, hey, where are we? I mean, I'm going to tell you where we are in the announcer voice, but I just wanted to have a conversation with you first. So we're in a bad way right now. If you notice, Crash Jones has 2 health out of 5, 2 spirit out of 5, 1 supply out of 5, and only 5 momentum. Haha. Also, he's looking at an atomic bomb and a time portal, and also his dear chum, who he's here to save in the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, Dalton Danvers, is on a conveyor belt death trap that's slowly inching towards a forest of lasers that will cut them to pieces. But also, Crash Jones's other friends, the Phantom, and also escaped prisoners, have somehow been captured, and Crash Jones doesn't know where they are. So we're in a real bad space. So I have to tell you something. It's important because I need you to know what's wrong with me in my mind. So I was thinking to myself, we've got this nuclear bomb. atomic bomb, probably I would probably say it. This atomic bomb, a time portal back to Washington D.C. in the early 40s, after Crash Jones's twin brother Bart Jones, who's the evil twin, was already missing, but Crash Jones was there. So if the nuclear bomb is sent back in time, it'll cause a paradox and everything could be bad. And really, this is the kind of time when you need wits, you know, or maybe also your archaeologist friend that you sent off, who is also a techie. So that would be really great if we had that as well. But uh, yeah, so we don't have that. So, but what we do have is we have enough experience points to buy a brand new asset. So I want to just talk about this for a moment. We have the following assets. We have our starship, which is great, but we can't use it because the magnetic field inside the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril means we cannot contact our ship. So this will not help us. We have an overseer module on our ship, an AI overseer module, June, who's great and could help us in many, many ways. However, we have no access to June because of the electromagnetic field. Okay, we are a vestige, which means if we have to face death or desolation, we do have something. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. We are a blade master. So if we fight, we clash or strike with our Ironsworn blade, then we can indeed use this. This is the thing we'll be using most likely. We have our jungle cat, Emerald, our Viridian tiger, who could totally help us out right now, except that she has also been captured, so we do not have access to her. That's real bad. We are an ace pilot, which will really help us when we're in a vehicle, which we currently are not, so this will not help us right now. But we do have Starbeam chocolate milk. And this will help us when it's good for your bones. It's also malted. And when we face danger, react under fire, or clash against physical attacks or impacts after drinking our Starbeam, which we have, we might be able to use this for aid, maybe. But as you can tell, none of these things are going to help us with an atomic bomb. So, knowing that we had experience of to buy a new asset, I started going through the assets. There's a whole deck of assets here that we could use that could be very helpful. And maybe, like, for example, Gearhead. This is a path, much like Ace. And what it does is there's also techie, but I feel like Crash Jones is not a techie, more of like a gearhead. You know, you've got to repair your plane and whatnot, which means he could use this. Right now, he could. I'm going to read out what you get for the first dot, because I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to take it. When you make a move to craft, repair, repurpose, or modify equipment or technology, add +1 and take a +1 momentum on a hit. So this we really need to take. And I do believe that Crash Jones absolutely would have this because he's from the 40s and you have to repair the stuff. So I feel like this would be not only something that he would have as part of his past, but also would be very, very, very helpful right now when we're going to be dealing with a time portal and an atomic bomb, right? And so you're thinking, Trooper, since that seems so perfect, why don't you just take it? It seems like exactly what you should do. You should take it. Right. I understand that's what you're saying, and that you think I should take this, and I think that I should take it. But there's also this. Last time on Crash Jones tried to knock the Phantom's brother, Fido Okiro, unconscious, who was being controlled through the control node in the back of his head. And in the process of doing so, he accidentally killed him, which is real bad, right? Like, this is so bad, and he hasn't yet faced the music for it, which means the oath he took to go and sort of bring Okiro back to safety clearly is broken. And there is an asset here. It's a deed. There are these very special assets that they have. So I'm just telling you because I thought you might find this interesting. So in Starforged, Ironsworn Starforged, there are a couple of different types of assets. There are modules that you can add onto your spaceship. They're very cool. Like you can get shields or stealth tech. You can have a vehicle bay, a reinforced hull, a med bay, all sorts of really cool things, a workshop, great stuff. There are support vehicles, which Crash Jones should definitely have a support vehicle. Like you have a hover bike, because he's an ace pilot, so that would be really helpful. You have a hover bike or a snub fighter, right? All sorts of cool things. And then there are the paths, and the paths are sort of like professions, things like that about you. Like you could be an archer, um, or a blade master, or an ace pilot. That's great. Then there are companions, which we also have some companions. We have Emerald. There are a bunch of different types of companions. That's great. And then there are, maybe he's not really dead. Maybe it wasn't really him. Well, there are a total of 7 deeds. 7. And these deeds are very special, and you can only take them when you trigger certain circumstances. So, for example, Vanguard. Once you fill in 6 boxes on your Discovery Legacy track, very far away from that. Once you mark traumatized or permanently harmed, you can take Survivor. Haven't done that yet. Once you face death, you can take Revenant. Once you fill 5 boxes on your Quest's Legacy track, very far from that, then you can take Marked. Once you fill 4 boxes on your Bond's Legacy track, you may take Homesteader. There's this one called Bonded. One time only. Once you forge a bond with a special individual, then you can have that person be your bondmate, and it's like a super special, very close relationship you have. Like, it's really important. It's great. But there's also this one, which I saw, and I thought, ooh. It's called Oathbreaker, and you do it once you forsake your vow. And unfortunately, since, Fido Okiro died, that counts as forsaking one's vow. And there is a special asset just for you that you can only take once you've forsaken a vow. And this might be the one because Crash Jones doesn't kill people, except like, not important people. I mean, you shoot your atomic ray gun and you hit people, but they're like extras, so nobody cares about them. But this is a big one. So there is this one, and I feel like rather than taking this, which is really the gearhead, which will help me survive the atomic weapon, I feel like I should probably save that XP to take Oathbreaker. On the other hand, we're facing a nuclear weapon right now, an atomic bomb right now, an A bomb, and we really probably need this real bad. So I'm kind of torn. If I get enough XP, I don't. That's the thing. Live, Crash Jones, live! So I'm basically torn between these 2 assets. Gearhead, which will help us right now, get out of this situation, and Oathbreaker, which represents this terrible thing. Well, we might be able to. I guess we'll. So we have to do a poll. Since I don't know what the thing we should do is, I'm gonna make a poll, and we're gonna do a poll to find out what you think we should do right now. Take Gearhead. Now I might get more XP, but now or wait on Oathbreaker. I'm going to make this poll because I want you all to be able to weigh in. We're going to say Gearhead, live now, or Oathbreaker. But Fido, Okay. The poll has started. I started the poll because I feel like you all here in chat, I am torn. I don't know which one I should do. And I figured since I don't know which one I should do, I am going to ask you all what you think I should do. So we're going to let that go. And dibs is good. Now we're going to find out what happens when this poll is done. So that said, you should see the poll. It is currently running. Tell me if you don't see it. Tell me if you don't see it. Okay. Yes, so there is a poll going. Okay, good, good. Whew, okay. Now, while that's happening, I should say that we have, yes, maybe refresh. We have moves. We have moves like Jagger. Um, moves like Jagger. While that's going, we're just going to do our opening moves, you know. We ended a session, which means, ooh, hello. We're going to take, we already took our +1 momentum. The thing we want to focus on for this time is stopping the bomb situation, like, badly. So we're going to begin our session. And I figured since we're here, we might as well just, while we're waiting for the poll to go, do a bit of our uh, beginning of session situation. We will do a recap when we start off for reals. We can spotlight a new danger, opportunity, or insight. So let's um, roll. We're going to roll, but I generally tend to think, well, first off, actually, what we should do before we start is we should roll on our clocks. So will the order prevent the prophecy? Ooh, okay. The order will prevent the prophecy. They are also, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I actually did the wrong thing. Hold on. I pressed the wrong button. That's what that was about. Let me try to, hold on. I pressed the wrong button. So there we go. Okay, let me roll. Does the order make progress preventing the prophecy? No. Does the order get dirt on Crash Jones? Yes. Is Dalton Danvers danger due? No. Okay, so we now know. Okay, the poll has finished. The chat's word is clear. Winning at 80% of the vote. We are going to take Gearhead now. Okay, my folks, my friends, we're taking Gearhead now so that we, I suppose, don't die at the moment, I guess. We're taking Gearhead. We know that our sort of vignette issue is going to be about the order getting dirt on Crash Jones. So we're going to have that, but that does give us +1 momentum. And that brings our momentum up to a 6, which is better than it was, so I don't feel bad about that. Whew, okay. We have a brand new asset, which we're going to add to and our ship's a little damaged. We're in a bad way, everybody. Let's just add a brand new, we're looking for Gearhead. There it is, Gearhead. Let's add our path. We should now have Gearhead, and we do. When we make a move to craft, repair, repurpose, or modify equipment or technology, add +1, take +1 momentum on a hit. We now have Gearhead, representing the fact that Crash Jones is from the 1940s, and you gotta fix things yourself. Okay, so we are going to need to begin. And we know that we have our extra momentum. And we have this danger, which is going to be about the dirt. So let's envision something really terrible for Crash Jones. It'll be really, really bad. I'm very excited for this. Yeah. Is it bad that I am really excited about doing terrible things to my character? Maybe. But that said, we're going to have to begin with the official beginning times, if you do not mind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, and the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, brought to you by GDCO Entertainment, and brought to you by Starbeam Chocolate Milk. It's malted, and it's good for your bones.
It's not only malted, it's good for your bones. Drink Starbeam Chocolate Milk like Crash Jones.
That's right. Drink Starbeam Chocolate Milk just like Crash Jones, and you, too, can become a space adventurer, a hero traipsing about. Speaking of heroes traipsing about, that there was sung by our own in-house singer, Jingle Meister, KY Hawkeye. Hello, KY Hawkeye. Thank you for supporting through your dulcet tones. You have always been a great supporter of Starbeam Chocolate Milk. Say, Hawkeye, how good is Starbeam Chocolate Milk?
It's not only malted, it's good for your bones. Drink Starbeam Chocolate Milk like Crash Jones.
That's right, everyone. Now, I will tell you, all of you out there listening or watching on holographics, make sure that you go and you get your Starbeam Chocolate Milk. It's malted and it's good for your bones. But now, let's check in to see what's happening with Crash Jones. As you know, Crash Jones. Crash Jones, space adventurer, was a Solomoni hero of the Terran variety from far in the distant past. One day, Crash Jones, an ace fighter pilot in the Tuskegee Airmen, doing something that was called I would like this. Oh, I think I can just do that. It's a little too loud for me. One moment. It might actually not be too loud for me. I need to just check this thing. Where are you? Here. I was having it double. Okay, it wasn't too loud at all. Let me turn it back up again. Excuse me. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, just a little bit heroic in the background. Crash Jones, when flying in one of his ancient Terran fighter planes, was chasing an unidentified flying object called a Foo Fighter at the Bermuda Triangle. And as he chased this Foo Fighter, a portal opened up and he flew through, traveling through time and space, emerging in our own time and space in the year 1108 of the Third Imperium, in what is known as the Trojan Reaches. Grabbing a ship called Francine, he made his way with his trusty AI, June, and his chum, Marion Belloc, questionable archaeologist. He learned, and at the moment, our hero, Crash Jones, who's on a grand mission to find the lost heir of the Sindalian Empire, the heart of the Trojan Reaches, pledge fealty to her and help her restore the Reaches by uniting all of the planets so that they can hold off the threats of the Zodani and the Aslan. That's right. However, for this serial, Crash Jones has another mission altogether. Back in the Drynax Barbarians, which is a serial you should absolutely watch if you haven't seen it already, Crash Jones met the Dread Liege of the Drynaxian Barbarians, Dread Liege Dalton Danvers, and they became fast chums. Dread Liege Dalton Danvers, however, was captured by the evil Baron Winter as though Donny villain, and Crash Jones has sworn to try to rescue the Dread Liege Dalton Danvers. Crash Jones picked up a information broker named the Phantom from the planet of Thieves, the planet of pirates. With this information broker, they searched for the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, which they found in a hidden star system. They have come upon this planet, and in the process they've learned far too many dangerous things. They've learned that there is a cult of people who worship the ancients and hope to bring them back to perhaps destroy the universe, and that these people are working with the evil Baron Winter. We've also learned that the evil Baron Winter, it does not just have this Dungeon of Peril for no reason, but he is developing a terrible psionic control ray that will remotely take over your mind and your will. Can Crash Jones stop that? Well, we will only find out. But at this very moment, Crash Jones, who swore to save the Phantom's brother, Fido Okiro, accidentally killed him when Fido Okiro was mind-controlled through the control node on the back of his neck. It seems that these Odani are all about taking away your free will, and you certainly don't want that. Well, at this moment, Crash Jones is only moments. Crash Jones was captured. He escaped his death trap, but all of his chums are captured as well. He doesn't know where they are. It looks grim for our hero, who's injured, dispirited, bleeding, and is only inches away from being able to find Dalton Danvers. But well, what does our hero find? Only moments away from the end of the path. A room. A lab with an atomic bomb, which is an ancient sort of device made by the Terrans that was used in their Second World War. And this atomic device, the Fat Man, is on a rail. It's sent. It's being prepped to be sent back to Terra, what they called Earth, in 1943. And it's sent to hit Washington, D.C., which is the capital of the planet. I'm sorry, it's the capital of a place called the United States. I think it's a country of some sort. Yes, but this is also, more importantly, Crash Jones's home. And Crash Jones is home at this moment. If this nuclear bomb goes through, well, it might destroy our hero in a paradox. Can Crash Jones stop this nuclear weapon? Does he have time, or should he just rush off to try to save Dalton Danvers? Well, we don't know the answer to that question. However, unbeknownst to Crash Jones, in another part of the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, we see the 13 robed figures of the evil cult, the Order of... What did I call them? I called them, the Illuminated Order of the Ancients. They are pressing their fingers against holographic controls, and they're editing right now the footage of Crash Jones killing Fido Okiro. But their editing makes it seem as if Crash Jones did this maliciously, deliberately, and on purpose, and with great glee. Gee whiz, it makes Crash Jones seem not like a hero, but a villain. Whatever will they do with this footage? This is quite damning indeed, and unfortunately, Crash Jones doesn't know anything about it. Can he stop them? Can he stop the bomb? Can he stop the conveyor belt that is bringing Dread Liege Dalton to their doom? Well, we can only find out in Part 5 of Crash Jones' Space Adventurer and the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. And now we return to Crash Jones and the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. Crash Jones stands in the room between the atomic bomb and doorways that might lead to Dread Liege Dalton. Whatever can he do in this moment? We have begun a session, everyone. Okay, we currently are in a situation where we have troubles and problems, and we are, in a bit of a tricky wicket. Bit of a tricky wicket. We have to find a way. Our goal is to try to find a way to deactivate the bomb, or at the very least, to stop this from happening. So, I believe we're in trouble, right? I think that is the case. And if we're in trouble, that means gee whiz. I wish that some of my chums were here. If only Marion Balak were here. She's really good with this advanced technology. Or even the Phantom or someone. But it's just me, by myself, facing this bomb. Hey, wait a minute. This bomb is from my time. This is from Old Earth. Terra, they call it here, in the Soleimani system. And well, if there's one thing that I know, it's old technology. Maybe I'm one of the best people to figure this out, but I suppose the question I have to ask myself is, what is it doing here? Why do they have it? And why is it being sent, well, towards my home when I'm there? Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out a way around this. How can I stop this bomb? I mean, I'm not a nuclear scientist, I'm just a pilot. But you know what? You don't have to be a nuclear scientist if you have Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted, and it's good for your bones. All right, we don't have a lot of time, so let's see what we can do. Crash Jones approaches this bomb, this atomic bomb, and begins to ponder, how can he find a way to fix this problem? All right, my friends, we've got to figure out what our move is going to be. I do not think this is a scene challenge, because a scene challenge is long, and I think this is I don't think this is that long. I mean, it's not great, but I don't think it's that long. So I think what we do is I think this is going to be an adventure move, right? Because we're not in combat. I think this is just an adventure move. And we have a couple of different options for our adventure moves. We can face danger, secure an advantage, gather information, compel, aid your ally, or check your gear. I think this must be facing danger, right? I think that we're trying to derail this is... Wait a minute, says Crash Jones, interrupting me as the narrator, did you, I don't mean to break the fourth wall here, but did you say derail? Yes, Crash Jones, I did. I said derail. Wait a minute. I've got an idea. This thing, this atomic bomb, is on this set of rails, tracks. And when this countdown goes down, well, I imagine what's going to happen is that this nuclear weapon is going to be shot off to Washington, D.C. Now, I may not be the best at, well, diffusing atomic bombs, but maybe I don't have to. Maybe all I have to do is derail it. And with that, Crash Jones begins to search around the room, trying to find something that he might be able to use to help with this conundrum. We are going to secure advantage. We're going to have to use wits for observation because we're trying to find some tools that might help us, which is not great for us. But we do get a +1 because we are trying to go and find gear stuff. So, my friends, everyone, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. In order to secure an advantage, we just rolled a strong hit with a match. That is correct. A strong hit with a match. That's a critical success. That's a critical success, everybody. That's a critical success. So we... Gearhead. Okay, okay. We get +2 momentum, and we get a +1 on our next roll. But because we are a gearhead, we get one more plus momentum. So our momentum is now going to be a 9. We have a 9 momentum, and we get a +1 on our next roll. So this is going to have me freak out. In case anybody was curious, I am now freaking out. I can't believe this has happened right when we needed it. Crash Jones searches and looks about this strange hangar in the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, seeing if there's some sort of tool that he might be able to use to derail the atomic bomb. And there in the corner, he finds a very large... What do you call them? Like those massive wrenches? You know those massive wrenches? What are they called? The super big ones, like the super giant ones that are like comically large. What? They're like massively huge wrenches. What is the name that is not even well, because you had a character who had one. Your character in Cyberpunk had like a comically large, well, I'm sure there's an official name, but we're going to call it a comically large wrench. Crash Jones finds an enormously large wrench. Indeed, this is old Solomani technology. But no, it's like the kind that are like huge that you would use on like Star Destroyers. A CLW, yes, a CLW. A cosmically large wrench. Finds it and moves over, taking it, using it as a lever. Yeah, 3-foot-long monkey wrench, jokingly referred to as a comically large wrench. A 3-foot-long monkey wrench, yes. So it's like a 3-foot-long, right? Yes, a CLW. Crash Jones takes this cosmically large monkey wrench, this CLW, grabs it, and he rushes back. He can see that there is indeed a countdown, but this countdown is not on the atomic bomb itself, but on the launching mechanism. Crash Jones places the CLW, using as a lever underneath the atomic weapon. If he can just derail this atomic bomb, then it will not be sent back to the past and perhaps destroy his future. Crash Jones pushes with all of his might, trying to find just the right spot. We, at this moment, are going to roll Face Danger, everyone. This is our Face Danger roll, and this is going to be with Strength. This will be an Iron roll. We get our +1 for that last roll. We also get a +1 because we are, after all, a gearhead. And Crash Jones begins to put all of his strength in derailing this very enormous atomic bomb, a weapon from the far, far ancient past, thousands of years old. A weak hit. Do we take it? Do we take the weak hit? Yes. No. Yes. 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 We take the weak hit. Okay, Okay. Crash Jones, straining with all of his might, pulls at this, uses the wrench as a lever, and is able to derail the atomic weapon. Just enough. And then he pulls around to the side and he pulls and he pulls and he pulls to move the atomic bomb, the Fat Man, off of the rails completely, and with as much care as possible. He presses, and at the very last moment, he's able to dislodge it, but it rocks, and it goes the wrong direction, and it falls on top of Crash Jones, and there's a sickening crunch right there in his ribcage. He's able to move. Oh, not yet. As it begins to move off of the rails, he realizes that if it hits the floor too hard, it might explode, killing everyone here in the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. So he throws his body dramatically underneath it, catching the Fat Man so that he's able to lower it safely to the ground, unfortunately. In so doing, there's a rough crack of his ribs, and Crash Jones is now even more injured than before. Crash Jones coughs up a little bit of blood. But he will soldier on. Yes, indeed. Now, with the atomic bomb laid carefully on the floor, he moves slowly away, and then at that moment, the timer ends, and the launcher whoosh, zooms off through the time portal. But there's no bomb upon it, and Crash Jones has saved the past, and thereby also saved his future. Whew. That was a close call. I didn't think I'd make that one. But you know what? Now it's time to save Dread Liege, Dalton Danvers. And with that, Crash Jones moves forward, deeper into the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, a place strange, with sigils and words, glyphs, runes, carved upon the metal walls. Runes of what? He's not quite certain, but we can tell you it is the strange language of the ancients, for the illuminated order of the ancients have taken up place here, one of their hideouts, one of their nefarious lairs where they plan their evil deeds, along with Baron Winter. My friends, I believe at this point we have, and I will show you so you can see if you wish. We have escaped the death trap. We failed to defeat the guards. The one thing we need to do left is to reach Dalton Danvers at the heart of this place. And I believe that we can now roll to get here. I think that we can make this check I think we do it. Everyone, this is, we've got 9 out of 10 checkboxes. I don't think we need to go. I think I'm nervous. This is finish an expedition. I think that we do it. I think that we finish this expedition. Here we go. This is a progress roll. We cannot use momentum. A weak hit. Why do we roll a 9? And what is our momentum? Our momentum is a 9, so that will not help us. A weak hit on an expedition. Okay. Wow. Okay. Sucks to be us. So on a weak hit for your finish your expedition. So on a strong hit, you reach your destination and you complete your survey. You mark reward under Discovery Legacy as so. But on a weak hit, you do get there, but there's an unforeseen complication at the end of the expedition. Make the legacy reward 1 rank lower and envision what you encounter. This makes me sad because this was a formidable quest, and it's going to just be dropped down to dangerous. We're not going to get as much XP. We were going to get an entire box, because if we had gotten this, we would have enough XP, but we don't. So we, sadly for us, we get to have 2 ticks on our legacy campaign, like the, on our legacy track, discoveries. But it's okay. It's okay. Also, we're going to run into trouble, which I think is fine. 1, 2. We get 2 ticks. Oh, by the way, I've got to go and fill in all of this XP because we used it already. Okay. So we have 2 XP. If we get more stuff, then we will be good. Okay. Okay. So we're going to get into the heart of this place, but we're going to have a complication, obviously, because this has to be what it is. And our goal was to defeat the fiendish traps of the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril and reach Dalton Danvers at its heart. So we are going to get into the heart, but we're going to have a problem. So we're going to have to go over to our, we have an oracle. Oh, it's actually we have an oracle for this. Everybody, I'm going to tell you what happens, but I need to pull up my oracle first, because we have, we're going to get into the heart of this vault, and we're coming into the sanctum. And when we come into the sanctum, we get to roll a little bit to see what we have here. So we're gonna roll an oracle to find out what we get here. We have a couple of options to think about, and I feel like we should think about it. So we have multiple options here. We have both the vault and we also have the location theme. And I think what we do is we just pick both of them and we see what we like best, since that is, I think that's fair. We know already that there is a conveyor belt leading towards an array of deadly lasers that will cut you to pieces. So we know we have that. It's our version of the pit and the pendulum. But what else is here? What else is in our sanctum? I know that I'm talking this out loud with you right now, and it's because I'm nervous. And I feel like being nervous, I just get to, you know, vamp. Okay. So as you delve deeper into the vault, we get to go and find out the vault's purpose, its mystery, what it looks like. Um, so let's find out what this looks like as we get into this moment, into the sanctum itself. Although I guess we could probably wait. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. We're going to do both feature and sanctum to see which we like best. Let's see. Feature for the sanctum is pools of strange liquid, abundant device, moving chamber, or passage. Oh, that's kind of fun. What is the fortified feature give us? Enemy leader makes an inspection. Okay. I think we can do something with this. So let's go with, also we need apparel, right? Obviously we need apparel. The Sanctum Peril is camouflage or transforming foe reveals itself. That's interesting. Fortified Peril is checkpoint or path with restricted access. That's no fun. So yeah, let's go with our Sanctum, right? Let's go with our Sanctum info. I like this. So let's think about what this might mean. Pools of strange liquid, abundant devices, moving chambers or passages. Okay. I think I've got this. Now, I also should say we should probably roll on purpose to see if there's anything interesting here. Because the thing is, we could just not roll until we actually get there, but I feel like if we roll now, we can incorporate whatever we get in our roll into what happens. Conservation of living specimens. Okay, so here's the thing. It always says that when you roll something on the tables, it's part of the Ironsworn rules, you can also look at the entry above it and the entry below it to see if that is more interesting for you. And what you have above and below that is conduit to mystical powers is above, and containment of a powerful being is below. And I think we're going to have to go with containment of a powerful being. I think that is going to be our purpose. Yeah. That's going to be our purpose. Containment of a powerful being. Because, hey, Hawkeye, because I've got it. So, Crash Jones, having stopped the atomic bomb from destroying the past, steps forward and looks through the portal, the time portal, one last time, seeing his home, Washington, D.C., of the country, United States. Back in the ancient times, there is where his home, his friends, his family are. He could easily steal a flyer and go back home and forget all of this, forget all that has happened here in the Trojan Reaches. But would our hero do that? No. No, he wouldn't. Our hero will never give up when there's a job to do. Beaten, bruised, dispirited. Our hero does not take the easy way of going back to the past. He is here to save every one of us. He's the savior of charted space. Crash. Instead, he turns his back on the time portal. And he heads deeper into the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. And so it is. He sneaks along corridors, sneaks along sides, until he can hear strange sounds. Strange sounds like something moving, like metal on metal. And he thinks to himself, you know what? I think that it's probably this way. I think I'm on the right path. And so, Crash Jones sneaks forward. He comes upon a door. A door marked no entry. Well, restricted access. This is restricted access. I imagine this must be exactly what I'm looking for. And with that, Crash Jones presses presses his hand across the sensor, and the doors open. And there he sees what he has come for. All this time comes down to this, and he is not prepared for what he sees. No, indeed not. There, as the door opens, in front of him, does he see Dread Liege Danvers on a conveyor belt moving inexorably towards an array, a veritable forest of deadly lasers? Yes, yes he does. But that is not all that he sees. No, that is not all at all. It turns out that that conveyor belt is on a platform suspended above a pit of acid. Battery acid, because it's used to help fuel the entire Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. But indeed, the conveyor belt is moving, but it is on a movable platform that swings and moves about this large room that is open with, well, sulfuric acid down below, a small ledge around the edge, and this platform with only one small gangplank that leads from this door to the platform. Oh my! Such danger! And why are there no guardrails? Who approved of this? Indeed, OSHA would not approve. But I must say, this is the lair of the Zodani and the Azan, and they do not care about workplace safety, not like we at GDCO do. And so, Crash Jones, our hero, looks about, seeing no one but Dalton Danvers, begins to find a way to save him. Everyone, this is going to be a scene challenge. There is no way around this. This has to be a scene challenge. So, we're gonna have to have a progress bar. Scene challenge. We can't just get out of this just so. We need, we are ready to act, so it's dangerous. So I think this is just a dangerous one. By the way, so sad for us, this has to go down to dangerous. Okay, let's call this, where's our new progress bar? This is, free Dalton Danvers. Before it's too late! This will be dangerous. This is our challenge. And we're going to have to activate a 4-tick clock. And this is going to be called, pardon me. We'll just call this Doom. We're going to call this Doom is what we're going to call it. Doom and Danger. By the way, Dalton's danger is due, which, hey, check it out. That clock we have has only 4 ticks left, and we only have 4 ticks here. So as it turns out, we're just going to use that clock down below. We have 4 ticks before Dalton's danger is due. I love it when a plan comes together. Perfect. Okay. Crash Jones. Seeing Dalton Danvers, Dread Liege Dalton Danvers in danger, does what heroes do. What does he do? He does Deading do. Yes, he begins. And he starts to walk out on the gangplank that is only 1 foot wide over a huge pit of sulfuric acid. Slowly he must balance to cross this path to the dangling platform. By the way, it's a very large platform. All the while, Dread Liege Dalton Danvers' place on the conveyor belt goes closer and closer to the deadly laser rays. This, by the way, is just going to be a face danger. We are going to try and we're going to use our edge, our speed mobility, to balance our way towards the... Right, we're going to... I don't have anything that will help with that. But okay. We have Dalton Danvers here. He can't help us right yet. Okay, here we go. It's a weak hit, everybody. How do I feel about that? On a weak hit, we're successfully marked progress, but we encounter a complication or a setback. Envision what happens and fill the clock segment. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Crash Jones begins the long trek across the gangplank. As he walks, he can hear the sounds of creaking on the edges. Step by step, just 1 foot in front of the other, as his space boots move across the gangplank, trying to keep his balance. Halfway there, by the way, we are now able to mark progress. This is dangerous, so we get to fill 2 boxes. Halfway there. Vents open on the side. Strange air vents, most likely to keep the sulfuric acid fumes out of the way so people can work. But these huge air vents open, and wind whoosh, begins to blow, making it much more difficult for our Crash Jones to be able to make it across. And indeed, as the wind blows, it knocks him off balance. He begins to tumble and fall, but he's able to grab hold of the gangplank, the beam that he was on just at the last minute, and he presses himself up. He climbs himself up. That was close. He's weak. He's injured. But he has to make it the rest of the way. My friends, we're going to face danger again. Again with edge. A miss. Oh no. Oh no. Also, by the way, have to have that go. I just would like to point out that I have 9 momentum, and that will not help when our dice are a 9 and a 10. So, on a miss, you fail, or a momentary success is undermined by a dramatic turn of events. Fill a clock segment and pay the price. 2 left, everybody. 2 left. Oh gosh. Okay, we have to pay the price. Oh, well. Right, we have to pay the price. Okay, we're gonna need to take, we're gonna have to, this is not great. Pay the price. Okay, where are our bad moves? Lose momentum. Yeah. This is a serious setback, I think. Yeah, okay. Envision how the price is paid and apply the cost to a different suffer move. No. Okay, we're good, okay. Crash Jones begins his move. All right, I'll be okay. I'll be all right. Slowly, he moves across this beam, crossing the second half. But right as he's about to make it to the platform itself, the air above him, the air in front of him shimmers like from heat. And there, emerging as if from thin air, is none other than the Baron Winter himself. Did you think I would let you defeat me? Crash Jones? No. As a matter of fact, all you did was step into my trap. And with that, Baron Winter kicks the plank, and the plank itself plummets, causing Crash Jones, our hero, to plummet with it. Down below, there is a pit of sulfuric acid. Whatever. Is this the end of Crash Jones? Is this the end of our hero? Will our hero die right here now as the evil Baron Winter laughs with evil glee? No one can defeat me now. No one, not even Crash Jones. Well, Space Cadets, I'm sure you want to know if Crash Jones survives. That we'll have to find out after our break. I'm afraid we're going to have to take our break now, because this is one doozy of a cliffhanger. And so, it is break time. But, for our, what's the word? For our, bookkeeping purposes, we are going to have to pay the price, and I think we're going to choose for our pay the price, I think lose momentum. Because I think we're going to see how it plays out when we get back from our cliffhanger, but I think we're going to lose momentum, and I think this is a serious setback, so we're going to lose 2 momentum. And so our momentum is going to go from 9 to 7, which is not what I like. Doesn't make me happy. It makes me sad, because we need that momentum so that we can survive rolls that are bad. So we're going to lose momentum. Now, I know you're thinking, why are you just losing momentum and not enduring harm or enduring stress? We're losing 2 because I think it's a serious setback. Well, because I have a plan. I have a plan. Yeah, see, Willow knows losing momentum is good when falling, right? It's just, yep, But we're going to take a break, and there's a move for that. When we take a break, take a few deep breaths. Whew. Take some time to akin to the needs of our body. We're going to hydrate and stretch our legs. We'll reflect on just what happened and how it made us feel. Very tense, everybody. And then we can choose one. When we come back, we're going to add a +1 to our next move, bolstered by reflection and our past experiences. So taking a break now means we're going to get a +1 on our next roll. And we're going to deal with that. But Space Cadets. Indeed. Right now, we can only see the evil Baron Winter cackling on the platform, wearing a rocket backpack, laughing as he kicks the gangplank that our Crash Jones was on off the side, plummeting into a pit of sulfuric acid. Our Crash Jones. Is he dead? Has he been killed? Is this the end of Crash Jones? Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break to find out. While we're on break, please remember to enjoy Starbeam chocolate milk. It is malted and it is good for your bones. It is the best chocolate milk. It is made with only the best and finest ingredients. And if you are so inclined, please keep a copy of all of the digital receipts for all of your Starbeam chocolate milk. You can send them in to GDCO Entertainment and they will give you a gift. They will give you a Crash Jones badge with 1,000 virtual coins, Starbeam chocolate milk proof of purchases. You'll be given a special Crash Jones badge. That's right, a special Crash Jones badge.
It's not only malted, it's good for your bones. Drink Starbeam chocolate milk like Crash Jones.
That's right, everyone. Please, drink your Starbeam chocolate milk and stretch your legs, and we shall be back after these short words from our sponsors.
This is London, the French speaking to the French. Before we begin, please listen to some personal messages. Gabrielle sends you her regards. The eyes are open. I repeat, the eyes are open. And now, a word from our sponsors. We give a special greetings to the bookkeeper, who has recently been promoted to one of the lead editors of the underground newspaper Défense de la France. The bookkeeper has been chronicling the triumphs of the resistance and the failures of the occupiers and collaborators for years. Without the dedication of the bookkeeper, the resistance wouldn't be able to have had the successes they've had. Thank you for your continued service, bookkeeper. Vive la résistance! Ici Londres, les Français parlent aux Français. Avant de débuter, écoutons quelques messages personnels. Gabriel vous envoie ses amitiés. Les yeux sont ouverts. Je répète, les yeux sont ouverts. Et maintenant, un mot de nos commanditaires. Nous voulons envoyer nos plus sincères salutations à The Bookkeeper, qui a récemment été promu éditeur en chef du journal clandestin Défense de la France.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and we are back. We're back. We're back for the second part of Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, and the Asteroid Peril of Doom. The Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. Brought to you by GDCO Entertainment. And Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted and it's good for your bones.
It's not only malted, it's good for your bones. Drink Starbeam chocolate milk like Crash Jones.
Welcome back. When last we left our hero, Crash Jones, he was walking across, balancing against a small gangplank, trying to get to the platform. The suspended platform where Dread Liege Dalton Danvers, his chum, was strapped to a conveyor belt leading inexorably towards an array of deadly laser rays. Unbeknownst, Baron Winter had some sort of invisible cloaking camouflage and was waiting upon the platform. And as Crash Jones was just about to step onto the platform, Dread Liege Dalton Danvers kicked the gangplank away, causing the gangplank and Crash Jones to plummet to their deaths in the pit of sulfuric acid below. At least, that's what it looked like. But what did happen? We shall find out right now as we return to Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, and the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. the evil Baron Winter peeks over the edge of the platform and sees the plank sizzling and disintegrating in the sulfuric acid below, laughs, turns back to Dread Liege Dalton Danvers and says, "Well, Dread Liege Dalton Danvers, it seems your chum, Crash Jones, will not be saving you after all. Indeed, he shall be saving no one ever again, and now there'll be no one to stand in my way as I work to complete my plans, my grand scheme. I shall work with Bart Jones, the evil twin brother of Crash Jones, and we together will find the lost Sindalian heir, destroy her, and then there shall be nothing standing between us and our destiny. Yes, indeed. Ha 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 ha. You, so small, don't even understand the depths of everything that you are facing. You don't need to now, because only you few who might have had the chance to stop us, well, you shan't now. With that, what the Baron Winter does not know is that Crash Jones is not dead. No, when the gangplank fell down towards the pit of sulfuric acid, Crash Jones, plummeting with it, was able to reach out and grab hold of a chain affixed to the bottom of the suspended platform. This chain helps anchor it, and he was able to grab hold at the last minute. And right now, as the evil Baron Winter speaks on his dastardly plans, our Crash Jones is hanging below the platform, and inch by inch, fist by fist, is climbing his way back up towards the top of the platform. Google Lens. This is going to be, if you don't mind, this has to be face danger. I would like to secure an advantage, but can't do that because, it is what it is. This is going to have to be iron because we are working. This is just pure strength is what this is. We are trying to make it, and here we go. Strong hit. Strong hit, everybody. That's a strong hit. I just want to point out that we got a strong hit. Thanks. I'm going to be very excited about this. We're in the middle of a scene, and for this scene, we are facing danger. When you face danger against physical attacks or impacts. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't count. Okay, we get to mark progress on our... By the way, I wanted to tell you something. Because we actually got to the Sanctum when we finished that expedition, I believe we can tick one more box on our big major quest to rescue Dread Liege Dalton. So that puts us at an 8. So we get to mark progress. Right? We get to mark progress. Okay. Crash Jones. Sweating. Bleeding right out of the corner of his mouth. Pulls himself slowly up the chain until he reaches the edge of the platform. And he waits. I believe what we need to do now is, I believe we need to secure an advantage, I think. I think that's what we need to do. Yeah. I think we need to secure an advantage. Crash Jones puts his fingers on the edge of the platform. I think we're going to have to do this with this is either going to be edge or iron. I think it's going to be mobility, edge. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because I want to roll it first, but I think I know what we're going to do. Secure an advantage. Weak hit, that's great. On a weak hit, we're going to take +2 to our momentum, bringing it back up to a 9. I prefer to have a 9 momentum than I do a 7. Just so you know. Yes, we're going to take our momentum back up to a 9. Brass Jones, reaching the edge of the platform, rather than just pulling himself up, slowly shimmies his way around, hanging to the underside of the platform until he's able to get on the other side of the conveyor belt, so that when he pulls himself up, the Baron Winter does not see him. And so now, laying on the platform on the other side of the conveyor belt, he breathes, hearing the evil Baron Winter just moments away. Just on the other side of the platform. He wants to go and save the Dread Liege Dalton Danvers, but can he, as injured as he is, can he take on Baron Winter right now? Is that even possible? Maybe it doesn't have to be quite like that. Crash Jones, as quietly as possible, creeps over to the control panel of the conveyor belt. He pulls out his last small wrench and begins to open up the panel. Perhaps what he can do is disable the conveyor belt, buying him some time. This is going to have to be facing danger, I'm afraid. And I'm afraid it's going to have to be... this is wits, which I'm real bad at. I'm just really bad at wits. But we have a +1 because we are a gearhead. Yeah. I don't like it, everybody, but this is what we've got. This is what we've got. I'm gonna close my eyes. It's a strong hit with a match, everybody. It's a strong hit with a match. Okay, on a strong hit, you're successful and you mark progress. On a strong hit with a match, we mark progress twice. Okay, we've got to get here. It's our progress bar. Where are you, progress bar? Where are you hanging out? We have to free Dalton Danvers from all the business. Okay, we get to mark it twice. 1, and because it's dangerous, that's 2 boxes, so we get to mark 4 boxes right there. We are at an 8. Crash Jones, with his small handy pocket wrench, very quietly opens up the panel to the conveyor belt, reaches inside, and he sees a number of wires, red, white, black. Which one is the right wire to cut? Oh, this is difficult. Crash Jones thinks back. Red. And with that, Crash Jones snips one of the electrical wires. Carefully. And the conveyor belt slows to a halt. I think it's an 8, and I think we roll it. I think... Oh, well... I think we can do one more thing. No, I think we roll it. I think we try to finish the scene. I'm afraid. No, we can't be afraid. Because we get one more momentum. As a matter of fact, because we succeeded with our gear check, which means our momentum is now 10. We cannot use momentum, I have to tell you, when doing a progress check, though. But we do now have... We do have a 10 momentum, which we can use perhaps later. So... Is this enough? I think... Because, look, we could do another... We could do another base danger to try to go and get that to be a 10, but I think we just do it. I think we do it. Okay. I'll let you see it. Here we go. Free Dalton Danvers before it's too late. Let us finish the scene. A weak hit. It's a weak hit. Ah, yay. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. When you finish the scene, strong hit, we achieve the objective unconditionally. On a weak hit, we succeed but not without cost. You must pay the price. Make this a minor cost relative to the scope of the scene. Okay. Crash Jones, very quietly, as quiet as Crash Jones can do, goes and starts very quietly to undo Dalton Danvers' bonds. Piece by piece, he's able to undo the shackles that keep Dalton Danvers strapped to this conveyor belt of doom. And as he gets the very last bit of the shackles off, Dreadliege Danvers, quiet as a mouse, smiles. We need some kind of minor cost. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll the pay the price roll, and we'll just see if it's interesting for us. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see what we get. We might get something interesting, because I feel like this has to be minor, right? Your vehicle suffers damage. Okay, I got you. And right as Crash Jones gets the last of the shackles off, a radio communicator comes to life. Oh, I didn't bring up that. I have a filter for this. I don't have it. I'm so sorry.
Dreadliege. Baron Winter. Calling Baron Winter.
Yes, this is Baron Winter. What is it?
We have located Crash Jones's spaceship. We found where it was hiding on the asteroid.
Have you? Excellent. He won't be needing it, and I don't want there to be any evidence of Crash Jones about. You can destroy it.
Will do. We will begin destroying Crash Jones's ship. Now.
Excellent. Wait. Why don't I oversee this myself? And with that, the evil Baron Winter fires up his rocket pack and begins to fly out of the chamber. Okay, okay. So we're gonna call this as damage to our ship. Where's our ship, everybody? Hey, ship, how you doing, Starship? We're gonna put our starship down. We're gonna have it lose some health right there, as it is the process of damaging it is beginning. But the evil Baron Winter leaves the room, and once he's gone, Crash Jones stands up. Dalton, you're okay. Well, I would not be okay, Crash Jones, had it not been for you saving me. Thank you. It means more than you'll know. Crash, you're injured. Crash is looking this way. Dalton is looking this way. Crash, you're injured. Yes, I've taken quite a beating. Quite a licking. We should get out of here. We can't. I've got friends here. Somewhere in this place. Emerald. And the Phantoma, an information broker. She's also here. With some prisoners, and there's someone I have to bring to her. We have to get out of here. We've got to get out of here. Yes, but first we've got to heal you. I don't think we have time. They're going to destroy Francine if we don't move fast enough. There's so many people to save, and not enough time. Not enough time to save everyone. I don't know. What do we do, Dalton? What do we do? Crash, you are always the sort of person who could come up with something in the moment. I believe in you. What we need to do is get off this platform first. And then, well, perhaps we can find something that will give us an advantage. Come on, let's go, Crash. So, we need to have a couple of things going on right here, just at this moment. So we did free Dalton Danvers before it's too late, which is our progress clock. We did that, which means, by the way, we want to rescue Dalton Danvers, and I believe this will be another tick on that clock. So I think that is there. I think what we do at this point, we can wait on that, I think. We can wait on that one. So I think what we need to do at this point, we need to get out of this place, which I think shouldn't be too problematic. I think what we do is we are going to do a couple of adventure challenges to get us where we need to be. Because we don't need to do an exploration. We don't need an expedition for this, but we do need to, get out of here. So let's, our advantage is tops. So we're going to have to face danger to get out of this particular place. And that's going to be with speed, mobility, or this should be fine. Oh, that's a miss. Oh, that is not appropriate. We're going to have to, what's on a miss? We fail or momentarily success undermined by a dire turn of events. Pay the price. Ooh. Do I want to burn momentum? I don't. I really don't want to burn momentum. Let's see. We'll have a momentary success undermined by a dire turn of events. By the way, we're not in super, super danger, so I think we can go back to that. So, Crash Jones and Dalton Danvers use the control panel to move the floating platform to the edge so they can exit the acid pit chamber. As they step outside, back into the hallway to the other side, there is the body of Fido Okiro, who Crash Jones picks up. Crash, what is this? This is, Fido Okiro, the brother of the Phantom, who I was supposed to rescue, but he was controlled. They've got these control sort of nodes that they use to overcome people's will. As I tried to knock him unconscious, somehow killed him. I don't exactly know how or why, but it's devastating. Crash, I'm sure it was not your fault. Tell that to his sister. But I'm gonna bring him to her. I just have to figure out where she is. I mean, there's somewhere in this place, this terrible place. I just don't know where. Well, we should find one of the computer terminals, or at least I'm sure we can find out where they're being held. Come on, let's go. With that, our heroes begin to creep through the area. It's not long before, because this is going to be our momentary success unrun by a dire turn of events. We need our dire turn of events. They creep along, hoping to find someone, something. And before long, the radio communicator blares.
Attention! We need guards in Red Sector. We will be executing all of our recent prisoners. That is correct. We'll be executing all of our recent prisoners. We need a firing squad to Red Sector. Red Sector firing squad. We're going to be cleaning up all of our loose ends. Thank you. Please be prompt, and it will be a bonus at the end of the fiscal year. Firing squad, Red Sector, thank you.
Oh no. That's got to be Emerald. The Phantom and the rest of them. We've got to save them, Dalton. We've got to. Crush, you're no condition to save anyone. But you're right. We've got to try. Let's go. And with that, our heroes press on. Okay, so this is a thing, right? This is a thing. Is this gather information? Is that what we need? Do we need to gather information right now? Oh, no, I think that we are like gathering information in terms of like a scouting kind of a way. It's gonna be gather information. No, I think we're gonna have to go. Announcing executions like they would announce a sale at the grocery store. Yep, because they're bad guys. Okay, we've got an issue, and that is we've got friends that are in trouble that we have to rescue. And, no. Do you know what? I feel like this might be a vow. Let's see. Let me look into this because I want to make sure we do this the right way, because this is like actually a big deal, right? So let's see. Iron vows. Let's just read what they have to say about iron vows, shall we? For the people of the Forge, an iron vow is sacred. When you hold a piece of iron, declare your solemn promise to serve or aid someone, or to complete a personal quest, your honor is bound to that vow. Those who undertake these sworn quests are called Ironsworn. Abandoning or recanting an iron vow is the worst sort of failure. Iron vows are the core of playing Starforged. It's your vows that drive you. These goals create the context for your adventures and challenges. As you complete vows, gain experience and new abilities. Okay, so Is saving our friends, is that a good vow? I think it might be. I think it might be. I think it might be a good iron vow, right? Uh, I feel like it's a vow. I feel like it's a vow. Um, but is this a quest? Well, uh, I think it is. Um, I think it is. I think this is a vow. I think so. Um, yeah, I think this is a vow. I think this is a vow. I think so. Um, mm, yeah. Okay. Dalton says, you're too injured to do anything like this at all. We have to go. We can try to find your friends, but maybe there's some other way. No, listen. There's something very important here. Friends. There's also a doctor. I can't. I lost Fido Okiro. I can't lose anyone else. And I won't. I swear. And Crash Jones pulls out his sword, his iron-forged sword, forged from a meteorite that is part of the iron core of Old Terra itself. I swear that I will get all of our allies out, and I will find that doctor, and I will take her with us. She's the key to saving so many people. And I will not leave this place until we get them. Whatever they've got going on here, I'm going to find a way to disrupt it. This is my vow. We're making a vow, everybody. We're nesting some vows in here. I know it's a new vow. I know. But our new vow is going to be get all our allies and the doctor out and disrupt this place. Yeah, this is dangerous, is what this is. Yeah, I think that's the case. My friends, we're swearing this vow. As we swear, weak hit. We have +1 momentum, which we can't use anymore. We're maxed out at 10, but that's okay. We know what we're gonna do. We just don't quite know all the ways to do it. Let's go. All right. We have a vow, and each one of these things is going to be a way towards this vow. All right. Dalton. They don't know where we are. They think we're dead. That gives us some sort of advantage. So, let's try it. I don't know. Let's try to find them and save them. Dalton Danvers, Dread Liege Dalton Danvers, turns to Crash Jones and says, "Listen, Crash Jones." He puts his hand on Crash Jones's shoulder. "You are the bravest hero that I've ever met, and it is an honor to be your chum. You saved me, And I know that you will save everyone here if you put your mind to it. No matter how injured you are, I know that you will save every one of us. This, by the way, is the hearten move. We are heartening. We are not in a safe space, so we can only hearten, and we're going to hearten, and I'm going to roll heart. I get a +1 bonus for my chum, and let's roll it. It's a strong hit. On a strong hit, you find comfier comfort, and my spirit is strengthened. I can gain +2 spirit. Our spirit goes from 2 to 4. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. Crash Jones, hearing the words of his chum, nods. You're right. I can do this, but I don't have to do it alone. Because you're here too, and both of us together, we will do it. Come on, let's find them. And with that, our heroes venture forth into the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, looking to see if they can find their chums. We are going to have to do something. Let's do this as a, well, let's see. What would be the best move for this? I think this is probably going to be, we'll do it piece by piece. We'll do it piece by piece. We'll have each be, well, you know what? This is kind of a scene montage, isn't it? So let's have this be a scene. And each one of these bits is going to be, like part of our finding our people and getting through them. Let's do it. Let's do a series of like fast, short scenes to try to get to each person. And each one of these will be part of our, hello Raiders, part of our overall. So let's go and do our first progress clock. Let's do this is an extended challenge, I think. So our objective is going to be let's see, rescue. I'm going to put multiple things in here because I think each one of these are part of it. Rescue Emerald. You know what though? Hold on. I've got to think about this. We have got multiple things, right? And each one of these things, I think, is going to lead to getting everybody out. So let's do each one of these as a series of troublesome scenes. So there won't be super high. We're gonna have like a number of multiple troublesome scenes rather than like dangerous, formidable. One's going to be Rescue Emerald. Right. Then we're going to have Rescue Emerald, Rescue the Phantom and the Captives. And then we'll have 2-4. Then we'll have Grab the Doctor. And then we'll have Rescue Emerald, Rescue the Phantom and the Captives, Grab the Doctor, disable the, we'll say sabotage the dungeon, and save the ship. These are going to be our 5 progress clocks. We have multiple progress clocks going on all at once, and each one of them is a troublesome difficulty to represent the kind of the multi-tiered things we have to do in order to get everything done. And if we do each one of these, they should help us with our big vow to save everybody. So, I think this will be, yes. Okay. I think we're good. So we've got 5 things to do. Let us begin with, facing danger. Dalton, we've got so many people all over that we have to save. We can only save them one at a time. So let's start. Let's see. Where might we find Emerald? Where would they be holding a Viridian tiger? Well, says Dalton, they probably have Emerald in the pens where they keep animals, cages, and that would be in the blue sector. Let's go. With that, Crash Jones and Dread Liege Dalton Danvers make their way, sneaking as fast as they can towards the blue sector. This is going to be facing danger with speed. We're going to get a +1 because Dalton Danvers is a scout, and he gives us a bonus. And I do not think anything else we have will help us out, but let's do it. The saving peasants section of the attack on Haven from Dragon Age Inquisition, all about plan. Yep. Strong hit with a match, everybody. Strong hit with a match. That is amazing. So we get to match, we get to mark progress twice. And because these are just troublesome progress clocks, they're not like super, super dangerous because I think it's like not the worst ever. Going for Emerald, I just want you to show you, we get to mark 3 twice. So we go from 0 to 6. Our heroes creep along, and very swiftly, now that Dalton Danvers is here, knows exactly which way to go. Dalton Danvers, Master Scout. They move slowly through the inner sanctum. They reach the blue sector, and they can see the pen of animals. There are 2 robot guards struggling with Emerald. Oh no, they think. That's Emerald. What are they gonna do to her? We've got to save her before it's too late. This is going to be a face danger. This is yes. Yeah. Dalton Danvers and Crash Jones move to the side. They've got to somehow distract these guards. And Crash Jones says, I don't know why we would shot them. I think, actually, what we just need to do is... Wait. You're right. We should probably... Well, heck, hold on. Crash Jones reaches down, sneaks up behind them, and is going to try to brain them in the back of the head. Oh, no. No. I know. Crash Jones steps out behind them and says, Emerald, it's me, I'm here. Come on, girl. You can take him. Let's go. Calling his Viridian tiger, Emerald, heartened by what it is that she is seeing, leaps into action. This is going to be a face danger with iron. And I believe I should be able to get a couple of bonuses here. Probably just, yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah. Actually, I do think I get the leadership from Dalton, because he is able to, give us a good weak hit. But since I am facing danger, no, but I'm not receiving. Yeah, okay. Weak hit. We get to mark progress, and we get a complication. And we have to we have to have a clock for all this. Let's have a... There's a 4 clock, don't worry about it. As our heroes reach forward, the Emerald, the tiger, breaks her bonds and rounds herself right there on the robot guards. You know what's kind of interesting? I think that we can have like a slight series of kind of a big clock. Can we have a clock attached to get all the allies out? I think we can do that. It'll be a thing, and we'll call this let's have a new clock, and let's name it Savior of the Universe. Of the universe, and we'll call this like a, I think this is like a, let's call this a 6 clock, I think. We'll add one. And we get to add 3 more to our Rescue Emerald track. And we're going to roll it. Strong hit. We finish the scene, everybody. And like that, and with that, Crash Jones, Emerald, and Dread Liege Dalton Danvers overcome the robot guards, thus freeing Emerald. It's good to see you, girl. I missed you. I was so scared that you were taken. No, that's... don't lick me now. That's fine. Come on. We've got more people we have to save. We've got to go. Come on. With that, Crash Jones picks up the body of Fido Akiro, gets onto the back of... and lays the body of Fido Akiro on top of Emerald, and they begin to go forward yet again, deep into the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. Since we completed that, by the way, we are going to be able to mark progress on our big vow to get everybody out. Now we move to the next one, which is going to be... Oh, who's next? We should probably get... the Phantom and the Captives. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Phantom and the Captives. And so, they move as quickly as possible towards where the Phantom and the Captives might be. They know from the announcement that it's in Sector Red. And so off they go towards Sector Red, my friends. This is going to be facing some danger with speed. And we have got a +1 from Dalton Danvers, because Dalton Danvers is a scout. Strong hit. Strong hit, everybody. 3. Yep, here we go. They move quickly and swiftly, making their way right to the red sector. Unfortunately, when they get there, the red sector itself is busy and full of guards. By the way, I just sort of would like to note that there is just a lot of people around. There are different ways to do it, but we're like, all right, there are a lot of people. We've got to find some way to distract them, I guess. How do we get out? And also remember, some of these people might be already, I don't know. Wait. Dalton, we shouldn't try to save them yet. I know that there's so little time, but I think we need to find the doctor. Because the doctor, I think she might be able to help us even more. Where do you think she might be? I saw her in the labs. We should go back there. Come on, I don't want to leave them, but I think this will be most important. We've got to find this doctor. Dr. Sakir. And with that, they turn their back and they rush towards one of the other edges of the Dungeon of Peril, trying to find Dr. Sakir. Oh no! Oh no! Everybody? That is a really bad miss. That's a miss with double tens, and there's no way we're filling up our clock, by the way. There's no way that we can get around that. We have to fill in 2 segments. Okay. We only have 3 segments before it's all bad. So there's a special oracle for this, as we are trying to find the doctor. There's a special oracle when things are really bad, and it is a story twist oracle, and I think we have to go find it right now and see what it has to say, because we got some badness. It's a story complication, everybody. No amount of momentum will fix that. So let's get our oracle for story complication as we're rushing trying to find Dr. Sakir. The enemy reveals their true nature, agenda, or nature. This is where we learn about the big reveal. Yeah, okay. Crash Jones and Dalton Danvers turn their back on their allies, the Phantom, as they're being moved by these guards, mind-controlled guards, towards their certain doom, trying to find the scientist as they move through the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. They think, this one might be it, this room here. They press a button, the door opens, and they walk into a chamber where they think they might find the scientist, but no. That is not what they find at all. They come upon a room, and in that room, there is a sort of suspended animation tank filled with a fluid. And inside that fluid is a person. A person who must be 15 feet tall. A person in whom this, perhaps a cloning tank or something like this, has got wires and nodes all connected into it. This being, perhaps ancient, seems to be powering the entire Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. And in this moment, Crash Jones and Dalton Danvers know they are looking at an ancient. One of the mysterious ancients. This one, 15 feet tall. Asleep or captured in a sort of a shrine to be worshipped, to be awakened. This thing seems to be generating immense amounts of power, even as it is in a suspended animation state. What could this creature be like were it to wake? If this thing woke, it might have the power to destroy the entire uncharted space. That is what this Asteroid Dungeon of Peril's for. It is not just merely a dungeon. It is a sleeping spot for a dangerous and terrible ancient evil. If they try to gather the information from it, well, surely their friends might be doomed. What do they do? Dalton says, Crash, this is very bad. This is an ancient. If it wakes, it could destroy everything. I think that what we must do is, we must find some way to stop this ancient. They're surely trying to awaken it. We can't let them do that. It is the most important thing that we stop this from happening. I don't know if we can. Our friends are about to be killed. We have to go. We can't leave this ancient. We can come back once we save them. We have to go. This is going to be a test of their friendship, everybody. This is a test of their relationship, because Dalton Danvers thinks they definitely should try to stop this thing, and Crash doesn't think so. So this is going to be a moment where they're going to test their relationship. Miss with a match. That's real bad, everybody. No. I'm going to burn all of my momentum. All of it, I'm burning it. So we have a strong hit with a match because I will not have it. Will not have it. We're going to lose all that momentum, and our momentum is going to be reset to a 2 because this is important. We are not. We did so much to try to get there. We are not losing it now. Dalton, I know this is important to you. I know that. But this creature is not going anywhere but our friend's might. We have to get the living first, and then we can figure out what to do with this. Dalton, please. We develop our relationship, and we're going to have to get some other kind of bonus, right? Because we got a match. So let's think about this. One, we develop our relationship, which means we get to mark. We get to roll, actually. We're rolling on our legacy. Let's see what we have here. We have to make a roll. Hey, Dalton Danvers, what's our level of? Oh, they're a connection and a bond. That's great. So they're dangerous. So that's a +2. We're rolling. Other. Our other is a 2, and we roll it. We have to find out what happens. Let's roll. Everybody. Ooh, a miss. On developing our relationship. On a miss. No lasting benefit, but we don't have anything bad. Nothing bad happens. Dalton says, all right. Good night, Max Rider. All right, Crash, I understand what you're saying. I agree. Let's just make sure we can come back here. But, by the way, we do actually also, because we got a match, we should get a bonus, and that bonus is going to be that we are going to learn some kind of opportunity. And we'll roll either on Sanctum or the theme and see which is better. Environment adjusts better to suit you. That's not very exciting. Fortified opportunity. Access to useful equipment or weapons. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 Dalton says, look, Crash, at least let me see what's in this computer bank. Perhaps there's something useful here. Crash Jones goes, all right, make it fast, we have to go. Dalton Danvers looks around, and we're going to take this as this should be like a free supply move, a resupply move I think we get to have right here. And I also think we might get something good. Let's go with threaten or seize. I feel like we are seizing, and we're going to get a +1 for this one. And this is going to be iron. Oops, iron +1. And a weak hit. Cool. I don't think we're going to have to deal with that. We're going to get just one. Okay, we're going to take +1 momentum is what we get, basically. Or we can get +2 supply. No, we're going to get a we'll take +1 momentum, and we will +1 momentum, and we will get a mind-blocking visor. Crash, look. This technology of controlling people's minds must come from this ancient. And here there seems to be some sort of mind control blocking visor. This will be very useful for us. You're right, it will. Come on, we've got to go. And with that, our heroes make their way to try to find the doctor before it is too late. Weak hit. I will take it. Our weak hit, everybody. This is where we're at. We are facing danger. On a weak hit, we have to fill a clock segment. And we are trying to find the doctor. Okay. And we have to fill that clock, which is not great over here with our allies. Cool. Crash Jones and Dalton Danvers, with this new visor protecting one from mind control, rush off to try to find the doctor. Dr. Sakir could be the key to all of this, if only they could bring her along. They make their way to her lab. And what do they see? Well, they see that Dr. Sakir is in a deep and heated conversation with Baron Winter himself. This seems not exactly what they want. They cannot waste their time, but yet they cannot confront the Baron Winter just yet. All right, Dalton, what do we do? Perhaps we have to find some way to outmaneuver them. Quick, I have an idea. You're wearing one of the guards' uniform. Let me get to the guard's uniform. We'll switch clothing, and maybe I will order some of the guards to get the Baron, and we can move out that way. All right. Crash Jones, Dalton Danvers, very quickly, change outfits so that Dalton Danvers is now in one of the guards' uniforms, and they quickly rush off to try to find some guards to have them go and get Dreadliege Danvers out of the lab. Baron Winter out of the lab. This is going to be secure an advantage with deception. No, with command, because they are going to order them about. And we get a +2 for Dalton. Strong hit with a match. This is great. We get to take momentum, get a +1 on our next move, and mark progress. This is great. Okay. Now, Crash Jones, out of the way, watches as Dreadliege Danvers moves up, finds a small squad of guards and says, "Listen, you guards, there's something going on. Something going on in the blue sector. I need you to go and tell the Baron Winter and have him go there immediately. There's something wrong with the Ancient." Oh, the guards, distressed, rush off to draw Baron Winter, and they can hear the conversation going. "What is this? Oh, something's going on with the Ancient. In the blue sector, you'll have to come and make sure everything's all right." "All right. Now listen here, Dr. Sakir. You'll find a way to make this ray work, and you'll make it work now. I've got to check what's going on with the Ancient." With that, Baron Winter leaves with the squad back the other way to where the Ancient is. By the way, this means we get to mark progress on getting the doctor. This is really good. We get to take a +1 on our next roll, and we get +2 momentum, which puts our momentum at 5. Everybody, this is very intense. Yes. And with that, Crash Jones and our hero make their way into the lab. "Dr. Sakir, it's me. I'm back." "Crash Jones, I did not expect to see you alive." "I know. I asked you for your help earlier. I think that this is something that you would do. I think that you're still up for it. We were captured, but we escaped. And as you can see, I've Dreadliege Dalton here with me. I believe that you do want to do the right thing. I believe that you don't want to work for Baron Winter. That's so Donnie, Mind Controller, and his legion of Aslan mercenaries. I know you want to do the right thing. Taking people's free will is not the right thing. Dr. Sakir, I'm asking you. I know that at any moment you could probably just call the Baron back and that'd be curtains for me. This is the larger universe. They've got an ancient in there. If that thing wakes up, well, all of us are doomed. I need you, Doctor, because you know how to deactivate the control nodes and all these people. I don't know why you are working for him, but I'm asking you. Please, do the right thing. Everyone, we're going to make this roll. Dalton Danvers will say, yes, Prash is right. If you have anything that you are afraid of, or if you have some leverage that he has over you, the Baron Winter, tell us. We will help you. This is the right thing to do. I'm going to get my +2 to leadership for Dalton, and I'm going to roll this now. Strong hit, everybody. We max out this track, and I'm going to now try to finish the scene and get her with us. That is going to be... Well, let's see if she's swayed. Let's see if she's swayed. Everyone, complex. Strong hit. Strong hit. We finish the scene with a strong hit. She says, "You're right. What's happening here is wrong. It shouldn't be happening, and it's not right. I will help you, Crash Jones. I know how to deactivate these things. Come on. All right. We've got to go and get my friends. They're about to be executed. We've got to go. All right. Wait. I moved away, but I would like to note, right now, we have gained progress on finding ways to deactivate the nodes, because now we have the Doctor with us. And also, we have got more progress on getting the allies and the Doctor out. Okay? Also, I believe that... yeah, that's great. So, now, our heroes, knowing they have very little time, continue to rush forward back to where the prisoners are being held. Off they go. And there, the Doctor. Wait. I would like to do one more move. This is important. It is Forge Bond. Where is it? Face danger, swear a vow, make a connection. I would like to create a connection with the Dr. Sakir. That's what I'm doing, everybody. I'm making a connection. And it's going to be heart. And I don't think I get any bonuses to this, but I'm going to roll it to make a connection with Dr. Sakir. Strong hit with a match. Dr. Sakir is now one of our... is actually... This is great. This is good. This is good. Everybody, this is really great. We've got a Doctor. Dr. Sakir is now one of our connections. And because we have a match, I'm going to say that that means that she also does know about the Library of the Dead, which means she can help with that. And we're going to give ourselves a check on that one. And this is what that is. She says, all right, yes, I will help you. Thank you. Let's go. And with that, they head off towards the firing squad area. And there, before them, they see the Phantom and the other prisoners being lined up by a firing squad of mind-controlled guards overseen by evil robots. Will they be able to get out of this? We're going to have to, let's see. Let's secure an advantage. Our momentum's a 5, right? Let's secure an advantage. Dalton Danvers says, all right, Crash, I'll do the same thing. I'll come in as if I'm in charge of the situation. They will surely believe us. Just so much that we can get in the right position to perhaps deactivate the control nodes. All right. With that, Dalton Danvers strides forward, along with the doctor, who says, excuse me, there is a change of plans. All of you are not to execute these prisoners at the moment. You are to put them back in the cells. We've got someone on the loose, and we don't want to deal with this now. We need everyone with us at the moment. This is going to be face danger with command, which is heart. We get a +2 for Dalton Danvers, who's got the leadership specialization. And we get a +1 from the doctor because she is in on them, and so I feel like they trust her. A weak hit, it's a 9, so that's fine. We are going to mark progress, but we are going to get a setback that is going to fill in our clock even further. Unfortunately, we only have 1 clock left. Yes, so that's not great. And the mind-controlled guards nod and begin to move out when one of the robots says, halt, wait, stop. What is your authorization code? What is your authorization code? With that, they know it's dangerous. Crash Jones says, quick, deactivate them. And with that, this is going to be a face danger. This is going to have to be expertise, which is wits, which is not great, but get a +1 for being for gear, +1 for my doc, and for being a gearhead. And this is going to be we get +1 momentum because we got a hit in that last one. It's a weak hit. That's not bad. Okay. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Okay, so here's how it goes. Oh, that's a 5 and a 9. I cannot get past that. So, that is a weak success. We take +1 momentum, making our, oh gosh, okay, making our momentum, oh, we get +2 momentum. 1 for Gearhead, and then 1 for the ally. So our momentum is now a 7. Okay, everybody, we are trying to cook with gas. This is sort of a bad spot. Oops, sorry. Here. Okay, so what this means is we are able to mark progress to get the people out. Everybody, this is like our big high point. But unfortunately, we have to fill a clock segment. And that clock segment, what did we just do here? This is not the one we want to do, pardon me. there. Our clock is full, and when our clock is full, that means we actually have to roll now. Like we are in a spot. So, let's see what we have here. This means we get to our rescue the phantom captives. We get to roll this right now to see what happens. Boom, strong hit. Okay, we finished that scene. It's a strong hit. We, Crash Jones, jumps up, and Dr. Sakir is able to put out a ray which deactivates those two robots. The captives are saved. But because we saved the captives, we get to mark 2 more. This is really bad, everybody. 2 more boxes here, and we've run out of time. We've run out of time with only 6. So we have got everybody together. There are 2 goals we have not gotten to, which was to save the ship and to sabotage the dungeon. Those are the 2 we haven't finished. But now that we have gotten to the end of our time, we have to roll up on our vow. And we have to roll. See what happens. Oh, I'm so scared. A miss. That's a miss, everybody, because we ran out of time on that. So we have to go and look at what happens when we miss on our vow. Hold on. Oh gosh. Okay. Fulfill your vow. On a miss, your vow is undone through unexpected complication or realization. Envision what happens and choose one. Give up the quest or recommit. Roll both challenge dice, take the lowest die, and clear that number of progress boxes. Okay. And raise the vows. Okay. This is what we've got, everybody. We're rolling our challenge die. This is what it is. We rolled a 9 and a 6, which means we have to clear all of the boxes and make this now formidable. What happens? We've got all of our allies together, but we hear a strange rumbling in the ship. Something is happening. They're activating something. We're in trouble. We have got to go. And with that... Wait, I have an idea. I think I know what we can do. Listen, all of us here together, right? There is a nuclear bomb, an atom bomb on this place. If we can get together, if we can set it to blow, it'll destroy the whole thing. That's a good idea. It's just that we need to get the guards out first. We have to. Dr. Sakir says, all right, I know a place where we can send a large ray beam out. Like we might be able to deactivate all of them. Come on, let's go. So we're going to try to get this deactivating the control nodes. If we can do that, if we can deactivate the control nodes, that'll give us big goals. Okay, they're going to have to make their way. Let's go look over at the adventure. If you... We're at 7 momentum? Yeah, okay. Okay, they're going to try to make their way to the central mind control chamber. Edge. And I believe they have got +1 for their scout. Weak hit. They get there. They get a -1 on something. Spirit. -1 spirit, because, you know, this is rough and it's difficult. Crash Jones, the whole group of them, rush forward, making their way to the mental control ray node facility. There, they have to go and overcome guards. This, by the way, we're going to count this as a... we are trying to deactivate the nodes. We're going to have to... I think we're going to have to do a... what is it? It's a battle. And we're going to be fighting... this is leadership because we have a huge amount of people. So we are going to hit... This is a way to do combat in one roll. It's going to be heart. We're going to get our bonus for leadership. And... I think that's it. Yeah. Strong hit. We're going to take +3 momentum. Bring your momentum back up to a 10. Just so you know. Okay. Crash Jones and the rest of our heroes swarm the control ray node chamber, knocking out the guards, opening the doors, making way for Dr. Sakir to get in and broadcast the deactivation code across the entire asteroid of peril. We're going to mark this as progress, by the way. And we're going to need to hold off, secure the place until she's able to finish her work. So, our heroes, notice, they hear, "What's going on down there? There's something this way. Go, go, go!" And as numerous guards come every way, Crash Jones, Dalton Danvers, and the rest of the freed prisoners, they make their stand. This now, they've got to be able to make a bulwark, a holding spot, to be able to stop these, buy enough time for the doctor to do what she needs to do, and it is a strong hit with a match. Everyone, we are now maxed out on the control nodes, which I think is going to give us an extra tick on getting everybody out. My friends, we're going to roll. Strong hit to deactivate all of the guards. The deactivation node and the self-destruct button. Dr. Sakir broadcasts a signal through the large ray that broadcasts out the entire Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. And in a moment, across the entire asteroid, you see guards with guns, ready to do the bidding of the evil Baron Winter. And their nodes deactivate permanently, and they shake themselves to life. What? What's going on? What's going on? What? They realize indeed that they have been held captive against their will, and they are not happy about it. And they begin to look. They begin to look for those who have subjugated them. Okay, so now we have this epic moment where we have the guards have been awoken. They are running about. We've got everybody. We need to... We're almost there, actually. I think what we do here is... we need to get our ship. And we also need to disrupt this place. Okay. Okay. Thinking about it, because I want to do this right. Okay. Oh, golly gee. Okay. So we get to mark progress whenever we reach a milestone. Let's see. Overcome a critical obstacle, gaining meaningful insight, completing a perilous expedition, acquiring a crucial item or resource, earning vital support, defeating a notable foe. So, I think that right there, we got the ally is one. Getting her to the array was 2. Turning off the nodes, that's 3, which also gives us vital support, which is 4. So we're at 4 ticks. Okay, that's 4 ticks. I think those are all milestones. I think that we now have gotten good insight. I'm gonna say, Doctor, I knocked Fido Okiro unconscious, but he died. Why? What happened? What was that? All of the nodes have a failsafe in them, where if they are tampered with, they cause the death of the person whose node is it in. Only without, you must have the proper deactivation codes, or else it will surely kill the person with it. I see. Well, at least now I know. Milestone. Come on. Let me get on that communicator.
Everyone, this is Crash Jones. This is Crash Jones. You have been freed of the shackles of your mind given you by the Baron Winter. And I'm going to tell you now, this place is not going to last very long. I recommend everybody who wants to live get off this rock as soon as possible. And if you want to shut some things down on your way out, by all means.
This is a command roll. I am rolling leadership, which is heart, and I get a bonus. This is a strong hit, which means we succeed at convincing them to throw off their bonds. That is a milestone, as they all start going. All right, listen. We've got almost everything we need, but we need our ship. And I think we need to gather as much information as we can about this place. The Phantom. Can you break into their computer systems and download everything you can? That will be really helpful. She says, of course, Crash Jones, but where's my brother? Your brother, I'm afraid he's dead. And Crash Jones brings forward Fido Akiro's body and hands it to the Phantom, who cries out in a howl that only a Varga could cry out in pain. Right now, everybody, I'm gonna have to test my relationship. This is all happening at the exact same time. It's all heavy. It's all at the same moment. And it is a weak hit. Yes, it is a weak hit. Okay. Right. Okay. We can develop a relationship, but there is, I have to swear an iron vow. And until I complete this quest, there's no benefit from our connection. So I'm going to develop our relationship. Everybody, this is all so hot and heavy all at once. It's all happening. Dr. Ria Secure is now, was already a connection, I think. Well, fine. So actually she was already a connection, and also she's a formidable connection. And we get to mark progress, which means we get to have, let's say, we mark progress with her once, so that's fine. And she's already there, so that's great. So let's go with Dr. Secure says, there was nothing Crash Jones could have done. There was nothing he did not know. My brother's dead. He meant everything to me. You will have to make this right, Crash Jones. How can I do this? I will swear anything. This is going to have to be an extreme vow. It's going to have to be an extreme vow. And she says, I understand that this was not you who did this. This was Baron Winter. But you must vow to me right here and now, a life for a life, an eye for an eye. You must kill Baron Winter. Swear it to me. I don't like killing. But I swear it. On my sword. This sword from the heart of Terra. I will kill Baron Winter. All right. Everybody? We're gonna have to swear a vow. This is, dang, everybody. Okay, this is heart. +1. And we have a weak hit. We get one, we're at max out momentum anyway. It's fine. Everybody, I'm gonna have to add the vow. Here is the vow. And it is extreme. Oops, pardon me. This is an extreme vow. And it is to avenge the Phantom's brother's death. We must kill Baron Winter. It is sworn. And with that, the Phantom begins to hack into the computer system. This is going to be wits. Although I'm not actually doing the hacking, she is. So I think we can probably make this heart. And she's an information broker, so that's going to be a +1 from her. Yeah. This is going to be a gather information. No, we have to roll wits, I'm afraid. We just have to. +1. And, wait. +1. Oh, we don't get any bonuses from her at all, actually, because of this thing. So, here we go. Weak hit, that's fine. We do get some information, and we're downloading some of the information now. We probably will get some, but not all, which will give us another tick on getting here and getting out of here. Okay, listen. You've downloaded information. What we need to do now is we need to make our way to that nuclear bomb, and we need to set it off. Come on, let's go. And with that, our heroes rush down to that bay where the time portal is already closed. They begin to move the nuclear bomb, the atom bomb, to the room where the Ancient is. This is going to have to be facing danger with speed. I feel like that's what we got. It's a weak hit. That's fine. We are going to have a suffer move. What's going to happen? We're going to lose 2 momentum because it's really slow. Taking our momentum down to 8, but giving ourselves 1 more tick to disrupt this place. And with that, all right, we've got one last thing. This thing's gonna glow. We gotta get out of here. We've gotta make it to our ship. And with that, the entire crew rush through this place, trying to get to their ship to save it before it's too damaged. This is gonna have to be some facing danger. Yeah. This is facing danger. And we are moving fast. So this is gonna be edge. Weak hit? I'll take it. Crash Jones and the entire crew rush through this Asteroid Dungeon of Peril as the nuclear bomb is already ticking. It's got a 15-minute countdown. Well, can they make it to their ship in time? With that, they rush through, and they make their way to the hangar bay where their ship has been compounded and commandeered. Indeed. They're able to get there, however. My friends, we have to make a suffer move, because it's a weak hit. Our ship is going to be damaged. But we get 1 more tick. Our ship is damaged. It's already been damaged a couple times. Our ship is now not in the best space. With that, Crash Jones knocks someone on the jaw. They round everybody up into Francine, and they begin to load up, turn on the engine, to make their way off of the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. And with this, everyone, we're going to make our completion move to get our allies and the Doctor out and disrupt the place. We have 9. Let's go. A weak hit. A weak hit to fulfill our vow. Okay, on a miss of vows on a weak hit as above, but there is more to be done, and you realize the truth of your quest, you swear an iron vow to set things right. Take your full legacy reward, otherwise mark the reward 1 rank lower. I got it. Oh wait, sorry. Our heroes, get aboard the Francine. Load up the engine and take off into space. They have escaped. As they move as quickly as possible, trying to get out of the danger, they look back, and there, in a sudden blast and explosion, the atom bomb explodes, and the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril explodes with it. I think we did it. Then June says, Crash, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm seeing some signals. Signals? What is it? It seems as if there's an escape pod, a ship that has made its way out, more than one at least, before it was exploded. Can you get readings on it? What is it? No need to get readings, Crash. I'm afraid we're being hailed. And with that, the radio communicator comes to life, and on the other end, there they see Baron Winter. And behind Baron Winter, they can see the Ancient in this strange suspended animation tube. Well, Crash Jones, you best me this time. But you haven't seen the last of me. I'm making my escape with my dear friend, this ancient being. The key to taking over the universe. Oh, but Crash Jones, I don't mean to ruin your parade, but was that the fat man that you detonated on my Asteroid Dungeon of Peril? Yes, Baron Winter, it was. I did that. You will no longer have that base of operations. I'm going to go and take you down. I want you to know it. Ah! Well, I'm afraid that might be a bit of a tricky problem for you, Crash Jones. Why is that? Well, why don't you just let me have your brother tell you? And with that, Baron Winter does a few things on his computerized keyboard, and suddenly, there's a relay patch, and Crash Jones is face to face with his twin brother, Bart Jones. Crash Jones. It is I, your twin brother, Bart Jones. I see my ally, Baron Winter, has told me that you detonated the Fat Man inside the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. That's right, Bart. But why are you doing this? Why are you doing any of this? Huh. Well, Crash Jones, if the Fat Man was detonated on the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, that means it wasn't detonated to end the war. You've just changed the past. And with that, you created a paradox that will probably undo everything that you ever knew and loved. If you don't fix it by going back into the past, well, it might already be too late. Huh. Well, happy hunting, Crash Jones. I'll tell you, Wesley. Too bad for you. Off. And with that, Crash Jones's evil twin brother, Bart Jones, clicks off. And Crash Jones says, "No, I can't change the past. I can't destroy what happened. This could change everything. I swear, I will find some way to go back to the past, to fix what happened, to change it somehow. Somehow. Well, maybe it's not. Is it? Crash Jones looks at his hands, and they start fading out of existence. Oh! I have to change it, or else I might cease to exist. What a pickle! What a predicament! Our hero, Crash Jones. With the war not ended, I must say, the Jerrys, they've won the war without what happened. The entire course of Solomani history has changed, and with that change in history, our hero, Crash Jones, may not exist, and who knows what other things might happen. Crash Jones looks at them all, and he says, "I'm gonna drop you off, then I've got to go through a portal. I know where one is. We saw one. I've got to fix this, or else it'll be the end of everything." Join us for our next thrilling adventure of Crash Jones. Crash Jones and the Time Travel. Something with time. Don't worry, I'll come up with a very good time travel episode name for the next serial. Crash Jones and the Time Traveler. Crash Jones, the Bombastic Butterfly Effect. Oh, that's really good. Ooh, that's really good. Yes. Crash Jones, the Bombastic Butterfly Effect. If Crash Jones does not fix this problem, the entirety of charted space may be destroyed. Okay, so this is the end of that session, but we have a bunch of things to do. We have a bunch of things to do. And let's do them. Okay. You're going to have to remind me of things that I forgot. We need to make a brand new vow. And this vow is going to be, this vow has to be, let's see. This is going to be, go back to the past to, go back to the past to make it so that go back to the past to ensure World War II ends the way it did in the original timeline. Okay, and this is going to have to be a formidable vow, right? Past procrastination. I think this is going to have to be a formidable vow. Go back to the past, we'll say, to repair, to restore the original World War II timeline. And that's gonna be formidable. I think that's a formidable task. Do you think that's extreme or do you think it's formidable? I think it's formidable, right? I think it's formidable. I think that's like a formidable vow. Oh gosh. The past inside the present. Okay, gosh. So, okay. Let's oh, we have to swear this vow. Hold on. Heart. Swear it. Weak hit, which means we get a +1 momentum, which is great and all. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter. Well, we'll keep the momentum right now. I don't think it matters because I don't think we can use momentum on progress clocks, but we'll keep it for the moment because we do have we have things to do. We have to end our session, and ending our session involves dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff. So let's go through because this is a big deal. The next time we do Crash Jones, everybody, I'm going to go look into Sundered Isles, the expansion for this, which deals with pirates, because we're going to do time travel. We're going to go back to the 1940s. Everyone, we're going to do 1940s. It's going to be amazing. And I'm really excited about some time travel and also Sundered Isles. But let's end this session. Let's see if we did some milestones, quests. Let's do all of this business. Let's start at the bottom and make our way to the top. We, all of those things, these are just regular progress clocks. I'm not worried about them. Find the true and noble lost Sindalian heir who can wield the Viridian Blade and help them lead a new empire that will bring peace to the Reaches by defeating the Azan Hirat, the Zodani Council, and other nefarious villains. We haven't made any progress this session on that, I don't think. Not yet, but I think we will. Aid Dread Liege Dalton reclaiming the leadership of the Dreadnax Barbarians by deposing Blood Raptor Kai. No progress on that. Rescue Dread Liege Dalton Danvers from the clutches of Baron Severinus Winter. I believe we completed that one. Let me make sure. Did we roll on it? Defeat the... Oh, that's part 4. Let's see. Part 5. We have to do this. Free Dalton Danvers forts were late. We're looking rescue the Phantom. Defeat... Hold on. Here are my clocks. Right. Clock completed. Progress roll. Defeat the Fiendish Traps. Free Dalton Danvers. Rescue. Get our allies. Find a way. Okay, we actually have to roll this. We need to roll this because we haven't done this. Strong hit with the rescue of Dread Liege Dalton. Everyone. Yeah, Vargar Corsair, if Crash goes back in time far enough, he can become the prototype soft hero, and I think he will. We're going to have all sorts of shout outs. So we are successful at solving that that one, which is great. I'm so glad that happened because it would have been really sad if we hadn't. That would have been, I know how I would have, if we had not had a strong hit on that one, I know how we would have worked that. But we fulfilled our vow. So our vow's fulfilled. And now we get to mark our quest legacy track. This was a formidable quest. So we get to fill an entire box. Let's do that right now. This is our quest, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, which means we have XP. I got you, everybody. I got you. All right. Okay, this is really good. So we have fulfilled, and I'm going to delete these quests that we've done, but we fulfilled them. Let's hit we're going to delete the things we no longer need. I actually don't want to delete it yet because I want to make sure I've got everything written down. Okay. Bring some Viridian to Merrick Velez. We've not done that yet. Aid Millie and Zukov in finding a way to reverse the cure. So that the books can be freed. Getting the doctor that we have will be really helpful for that. But I also think that getting those downloads that we got will also be another tick. That's another milestone. Getting the doctor and the downloads from the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril will help to cure the library people. Track down Bart Jones to bring him to justice. I think we got to see Bart Jones. So I think that is 2 ticks. So we have made progress on that one. We swear to the family that we will rescue her brother from the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. We failed that one. We're going to just... we know that we failed that one. Find a way to deactivate the control node to save those guards, which we actually did. And I believe we rolled it as well. We did. That was great. Get all of our allies out. We did that too. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait, you know what? Wait. Hold on. Wait. Dread Liege Dalton, we did that one, right? None of that. Track down, none of that. Rescue brother, none of that. Deactivate the guards, right? That is a quest, and we completed it successfully, which means we have we fulfilled that vow. By fulfilling that vow, that means we get to tick quest boxes, which, because that was a dangerous quest, we get to have 2 ticks. This is really good, everybody. Our quests, 1, 2. We've got XP for days. And then we've got the doctor out and the allies. We did 2 quests this serial, by the way, like 2 big major quests. Getting in and then getting out turns out to be a lot harder than we would have liked. So this is a formidable quest. We get a whole nother box. Everybody, I'm feeling very excited by this for our quests. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is insane. Don't worry about it. And then that is everything we've done for quests. Did we get any progress on avenging the Phantom Brother's death? Not at all. Or going back to the past? Also not at all. So those are all of our quests. Okay. Now we have to deal with our relationships. Okay. I don't know about you, but this is really good. I can tell you something. So we have to decide if we had any opportunities to develop our relationships. And that is going to be develop our relationships. Okay, let's think about them. Who might we have developed our relationships with? We've got a number of relationships, and let's see if we have done that. 1, Dalton Danvers, absolutely. But Dalton Danvers, I believe we already rolled. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's check our connection, shall we? So, Dr. Ria Sakir, we absolutely did. We didn't swear a vow or complete a quest, but we did leverage her help, and we did stand with them against hardship. So that definitely would count as a development, which means we can mark progress, which is formidable. Right. Okay. So you are formidable. So we get to mark 1 for Dr. Secure because that was great. Dalton Danvers, we've already rolled for Dalton. Karan Holland, our evil person, who, by the way, obviously, clearly also escaped. We were not able to mark anything with Karan Holland. So we have Millie's not there with us. Emerald is a companion, not a contact, not a relationship, not a connection, pardon me. So Dalton, the Phantom, is not talking to us right now, but I do believe nonetheless we do get a box from her because we did develop our relationship with her, but it's also now we get no bonuses from her until we kill Baron Winter. Basically, she's gonna be not helping us at all until Baron Winter is, that's yeah. No help from the Phantom until we kill Baron Winter, an eye for an eye, which is gonna be really hard for Crash because he doesn't like to kill people. So we have the Phantom, we did that. We have Dalton Danvers, we did that. We have the Doctor, we did that. Fido's dead, so none of that. And I don't think there's anybody else. I don't think there's anybody else that we developed a relationship or made a connection with. So I think that is all of those. We need to talk about the one thing that happened, my friends, and you're all very good at this. So if we look at our experience points, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 experience points that we can spend. I believe it costs 3 to get a brand new one of these. And I believe that we should spend 3 to get the Oathbreaker, because the Oathbreaker is killing Baron Winter is this is our vow. So I say we are now taking our because we forsook that vow to make it up to the Phantom, we're going to be taking Oathbreaker. You can only take it once, one time only. And we will take the Oathbreaker. This asset counts as an impact. By the way, an impact means that our refresh is lowered by 1 now. So when we refresh our momentum, it's going to go down to 1, and our maximum momentum is now 9, as long as we have this. One time only when you swear a vow, extreme or greater, this is extreme, to redeem yourself, which I'm doing, give that vow a special mark. We know which one it is. When you reach a milestone on the marked vow, take +2 momentum. If you forsake your vow on the quest, discard this asset and retain the impact. So we're going to have to kill Baron Winter. And there are two other things which we do not yet have, which is when you secure an advantage or compel by reaffirming your commitment to your marked vow, add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. And then the final one is when you fulfill your vow on the marked quest and score a hit, you find redemption and automatically gain this ability at no cost. You may then improve one of your stats by +1 and discard this asset. Once this asset is discarded, you may not take it again. So if we succeed in killing the Baron Winter for the Phantom to redeem ourselves for having killed Fido Akiro, we're going to be able to increase one of our stats. But we're going to be at a burden while we have this. But this now is one of the things that we have done. Also, and I'm going to just mark this off. That's 3 right there. And it says here, as we end, I believe if you fill 5 boxes on your quest's legacy track, which we just did. There is another special deed, and that deed is marked, and it says, envision the title, sigil, uniform, or tattoo you bear in recognition of your achievements. Oh, that doesn't seem exciting. When you compel or make a connection amongst those who would know your reputation, add +1. On a strong hit with a match, your notoriety grows. Mark 2 ticks on your bond's legacy track. Oh, this like makes you a hero. Oh. Yeah. We have to take this. Envision the title, sigil, uniform, or tattoo. So this is going to give us like big hero reputation energy, right? Which means people out in the universe know about us. And I think we absolutely have to take this as well. And it's going to be, we'll have a ceremony about it when we get back. But although I don't think I have to take it now because we're going to go back into the past, but that's fine. Where nobody's going to know us exactly. But we're going to go to an alternate universe next time. We're going to have like I don't know if you ever read like The Man of the High Castle. We're going to do like a super alternate universe where the Nazis won because Crash Jones messed up things and he's got to go fix it and we've got to go back to the past. It's going to be really good. We're going to do time travel next time. Time travel, everyone. We'll see about this one. But yeah, that, everybody, is what we've done. I'm going to go and do some level ups and see what we can do there. And when we come back next time, it's going to be Crash Jones and some time travel. The bombastic butterfly. Wait. Yeah, Josh, we have to go back in past because we exploded the nuclear bomb, the Fat Man, on the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril to sort of destroy the base of the evil Baron Winter with his ancient that he had in hiding. They escaped, obviously. But by exploding the Fat Man, that means it was never used in World War II, which meant that now the past has changed. And if Crash Jones doesn't fix it by going back into the past to change the past, then everything will be destroyed. And who knows what will happen. But I also think, here's what I think. I think that this is actually what the evil twin Bart Jones wanted all along. Because I think that Bart Jones is basically from like, the worst timeline. And so we're going to find out about that. And that'll be really good to know. And yeah, it's going to be really bad. Yeah, there we go. Or the Red Alert games. Yeah. What do you think next Friday's stream will be? Okay, so I think that's it. We ended the serial damaged, messed up, harmed. I'm probably going to do some rolls to sojourn to fix everything up, because basically it's a serial, which means we're going to start back up at the regular stuff. Start at the, what do you call it? We get to heal it before we go back into the past. But that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a formidable thing, is going back into the past and trying to stop time. And then we'll learn stuff. It'll be really good. Also, we've got to go find out more. Maybe we can find out more about the lost Sindalian heir when we're in the past. That'd be good. That'll be good too. Okay, I'm excited for it. Whew. Yes. So, thank you everybody for being here for Crash Jones Space Adventure in the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril. I was really excited to do a run where our vault was a bunch of traps. I think this next one is going to be quite hard for Crash Jones because I think it's going to involve a lot of wits and shadow, and those are the two things he's really bad at. But maybe some heart, some leadership. He might be able to get some stuff going on. So let's see how that goes. Thank you for being here for this one. That's amazing. So we should see if we have any tips or bits to read out, and then give our talking outro stuff because we have outro things to talk about. Let's see. We have no tips or bits to read out, so well, we do now. We got 100 bits from Will and TW who says, "Thanks for this epic serial. I love the elaborate contraption to kill Dalton and the Fat Man twist." Right? Also, by the way, there is there's one more deed possibility that I could very well bring up, but I'm waiting for it to happen, right? Well, I know when it'll happen. It'll happen later. We've got things to do. So before things can happen, ooh, who's he going to take with him into the past? It's a good question. I don't know. My gosh. Thank you, Willen. Thank everybody here who's been here, who was, yes, gift subs, although we don't give out gift subs readings, but thank you for those gift subs, by the way, Willen, for those 2 gift subs. So 3 gift subs, actually. So let's see. That was this. I'm excited. When we get Crash Jones has got to get work on his big epic quest. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to work on that one. If he doesn't have the heir, then what is he going to do? Yeah, that's going to be like a big deal. I suppose he needs to get the Viridian sword. He needs to get all the elements. It'll be fine. We'll work it out. Does he? So that's the question. Does he dare take anyone to the past? Because taking people into the past with him could change the timeline. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very Star Trek 4. It's very Star Trek 4, where Spock had to wear the headband over his ears so they wouldn't see that he was a Vulcan. So I'm saying, like, he definitely cannot take some people with him. Danger zone. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much. This was so fun. And thank you, Josh, for being here. Josh, who's like one half of the creators of this game. So amazing. I'm really excited. And I'm going to go check out the Sundered Isle rule set to see if we can use that when we go back into the past, because I think that'll be fun. So let's see. What do we have? I suppose I should say where you can find me next. So you can find me tomorrow. I'll be playing Rain World, but for RPGs, tomorrow at 5 p.m. will be the finale for Seasons of Death Spring, The Deniable Woman, our Knights Black Agent solo ops game with PB Plays Inside. Come and see me there. And then you can find me on Wednesday at 8 p.m. over at Laugh Love Lindy's channel for more of Reading Between the Lines, our Good Society campaign. And then on Friday, there won't be a stream. So I will not be streaming any RPGs on Friday. I'm going to have that Friday off. I'll be doing a session 0 with the players of the Gamblers to get ready for this season, which will start the week after. So in 2 weeks, we'll have our Fridays back for the Gamblers season 5, where they've got there was an assassination attempt that was successful, and they're on Drynax, and they've got things to do. And so we're going to come back with our antagonists on Drynax and dealing with politics and some good dramatics, and then probably some piracy. Crash Jones of the Cursed Dimension. Ooh, because there are cursed dice, and I feel like that would be really well for time travel, right? Like, I feel like cursed dice, when you're dealing with butterfly effects in time travel, seems like it would be the perfect thing. So I'm so excited for that. Okay, so look forward to that. So no game next Friday, but the Friday after will be the Return of the Gamblers, our Traveler campaign, wherein Crash Jones exists as a fictional character. and that'll be good times. So, oh yeah, and there's these cursed dice in the Sundered Isles, which we'll be using when we do Crash Jones and the Bombastic Butterfly Effect and the Cursed Dimension. You know, something over the top. Will there be time? Will there be time pirates to go with the expansion pack? Always, always. That's a good way to make sure there are no future episodes of Crash Jones. Oh, it's fine. I feel like if there are cursed dice, they can only help in the end, obviously. So, everyone, this is it. I've told you where you can find me, and I've got all my socials out there. You can find me at Trooper SJP here and on YouTube and on Twitter, Academic Foxhole on Blue Sky, and also Fourth Wall for great merch, and also Patreon to help support the show. And I need to make new merch. We need to make some new merch. We don't know what it is yet. I know what I want, but we'll figure it out. And thank you, everybody, for being here and being awesome. And until next time, remember, whatever you do, don't forget to drink your Starbeam chocolate milk.
It's not only malted, it's good for your bones. Drink Starbeam chocolate milk like Crash Jones.
Starbeam chocolate milk. Drink it. It's malted and it's good for your bones. It's the best chocolate milk in the entire charted space. And remember, come back next time for Crash Jones.
For Crash Jones, Space Adventurer.
Thank you, everybody. You're the best. I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow for more RPG goodness. Bye, everybody.